for them.
Or that Ursa again, right? I mean, if Ursa has the opportunity to potentially be laned against DK, DK's an early pick. We don't know if it's mid. We don't know if it's off lane. But if it's put in a position where it's off lane, Ursa could have a good time there. He swipes fast. It's hard, I guess. You're going to get spirits. It could be a bit annoying if the Phoenix is around. But it's a fighting kind of core that we've seen evil geniuses pick up from time to time.
Dire team pick.
Let's see. They go. Oh,
okay.
All right. Completely different direction. Something that isn't picked up a lot, at least. Sven. Yeah, very interesting. It's like they're looking ahead, seeing what perhaps Cloud. If this Sven is a position 1, by the way. You have Beastmaster Zora, obviously. Sven plus Grimstroke is a decent lane because you have Spell and that stun. It's pretty solid, but something like a Wraith King I'd rather have than a Sven, let's say, right now, because after all, you are playing versus an Undying as well, so you will be losing those strength charges.
Yeah, I'm curious maybe the answer will show itself later as the draft progresses, but why is Sven over like that Wraith King you were just talking about? The utility of the armor, I'm sure, is very, very nice. But now Cloud9 move into a Clockwork pickup here. So Clockwork, Undying, Phoenix, some way between these three, we have our supports and our off lane.
It's going to be a Clockwork plus Phoenix off lane. Sven might be a position 4, actually. That I was thinking about.
Oh, yeah.
This third pick Sven, and I wasn't really reading it as a good core. They bait out the Clockwork as that hero that really messes up Sven, as he can constantly just control him with the cogs, with battery assault, with hookshot, right?
True.
But now they move back to Gyro.
Gyro into Clockwork is kind of funny, though.
5 seconds
but
remaining.
How's Gyro against DK mid? The Clockwork pickup, does that not reveal that this DK may likely be Envy's mid laner? Evil Geniuses could put something against it in the mid lane.
There's also a chance to put the Dragonite safe lane, right? But most likely it will be the mid laner.
You're right. Ace did do that before. Ace has played the DK in the safe lane as well.
And you said it right as well. The Clockwork versus Gyro, yeah, you do have potential there. If even that, it's not really that popular, but now with the buffed up blade mail, Clockwork can really benefit from that. You get the blade mail, you just hook into the Gyro. He can't really take you down. He can't do anything besides run. Yeah, we'll see what EG goes for to finalize this draft, but it looks much better. There's so much utility coming from Sven, from Beastmaster. They synergize really well on this lineup with the Grimstroke, with Sven, with Beastmaster.
So you think that it's possible? Could it be a crit Sven? Crit and Bulba together in the bottom lane? That'd be a lot of fun. Or not bottom lane, top lane rather, if they're on Radiant side.
I'm just not sure how much Sven is going to do as a position 4.
Yeah.
Even if you send it on that off lane.
Okay. Well, that makes it a bit more obvious.
So this Pango will be mid, right? This is Ryoya Pango.
Oh,
if I'm correct, right?
That makes sense as well. Pango dominates DK, if I'm not mistaken, in the mid lane. Does Ryoya play it, though? I'm not too familiar with that.
Yeah, I think they've done it before as well. I've seen.
Okay. Yeah, you might be right. I mean, that sounds wonderful of a matchup if they're willing to definitely throw it down. But are Cloud9 willing to do a shift again and just throw everything out the window at this point to get Envy in a strong mid lane matchup now? That's going to be the question. I found it interesting they banned the Shadow Fiend because they had the Clockwork. I was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to go for the Shadow Fiend Clockwork thing, but they banned that themselves. So now that's not even an available option for them.
There's not really an option for them to go any cheesy picks such as Brood or something, because they are playing versus a Beastmaster. Meepo would also be pretty bad in a game such as this one for Ace. But I hate it when I see Envy on a hero that's countered, So far for Cloud9, every time Envy is countered, they just lose the game straight up. It doesn't feel like they have a mid laner, but if you give him a good matchup, he can carry.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what dominates Pango potentially. Ooh.
You may now select your heroes.
Okay, Bristleback core. And what it could be mid, potentially. All right, well, hold on. Oh, crit is on the Sven.
Yep.
All right,
Crit he has a 6 set as well.
Got a 6 set. I like it. I like it. Oh, goodness. Okay. Bulba
Envy is the
Beastmaster.
DK. Yeah.
MV is going to stick with DK. All right. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a last second Bristle mid lane thing, but Ace is on Bristle. Misery on the core clockwork here with Snaking.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what you kind of alluded to before. Pi, no surprise on the Undying. And yeah, Artur, Gyrocopter. And yeah, crit on Sven. That will be a lot of fun to watch. That's going to be an interesting lane. Beastmaster Sven. Dual melee, but.
Will it be? Will it be a lot of fun? Like they picked that Sven to bait out the clockwork pick or any response to the Sven carry, right?
Yeah.
But now when you look at it, this is Sven plus Beastmaster, two melee heroes running into a lane versus Bristleback and Undying.
Yeah, that sounds
Like
awful.
that sounds awful for them. It's not gonna be easy unless they switch things up and perhaps send Grimstroke there with Beastmaster, or they just creep skip constantly.
Creep skip,
Undying
yeah.
Pylai should
Go full
Pylai should have a lot
aggro.
of fun there.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Pi should have a wonderful game. In this case, it's Decay City, and a potential landing matchup for him if he wants. And all right, let me hit this button. I don't want everyone to freak out at me because I didn't switch the overlay. Here we go. All right, here we go. But last game of our first series today. Here we are suddenly in a game number 3 of Evil Geniuses versus Cloud9. Cloud9 looking to score that first series win. A win here would do it. Evil Geniuses looking to shut Cloud9, shut their dreams down. I'm all but certain that if they lose this series, Cloud9 are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. So, Cloud9 fans, if you want to keep their dreams alive, you're going to have to hope they pull out the W here. Do you think they have the lineup to do it? Is the Sven stuff a little too silly? And can Cloud9 just kind of stomp their way through this laning phase potentially and get it done?
It's not as silly as Spirits, and they almost won with Spirits, with the Spirit strategy. So I think definitely EG have a better job than that last one. It looks all right completely. It doesn't look, and yeah, they are switching things up. So it will be Sven helping Arteezy on the bottom lane and Grimstroke helping Beastmaster on top. So they adjusted their lanes to pretty much answer that undying problem that they have.
Curious if Pylai ends up going to the bottom lane once they scout things out a bit, because I imagine he doesn't want to have to deal with a Grimstroke lane and Bulba and his boars and all that. So we could see a potential lane shuffling for Cloud9 to get the upper hand. But
I really like Cloud9's draft overall. It looks very solid. You have a lot of control for the egg to always make sure Snaking gets that egg off. Besides the Beastmaster aura, there isn't a single hero that just deals with the egg on its own, right? Like Snapfire or Morphling or some Juggernaut or Nyx.
And it's not even just the egg, you know. I know the egg is definitely more pungent.
It's a centerpiece of their team fight, right?
But they have Tombstone as well, and other things that are going to be causing so much chaos that it's going to be a test of EG's team skill to find the right thing to focus in what could be some crazy fights here. And they'll spot out crit in that bottom lane right now. And have to see how things shift. As Pylai able to go deep to secure that bounty means that Cloud9 score 3 out of 4 bounties at the start of this.
Yeah, a decent start. Boots for Fly, boots for Pylai as well on the top lane. So these two will be battling it out.
Dual boots, really no headdress at all. Interesting.
It's because Beast is buying the headdress. He's going for Dominator, right? So if you're Grimstroke on this lane, you want to buy a Bassi anyway. Instead he goes for boots and is queuing up sticks.
I guess if you need to outrun Bristleback and deal with the Bristleback, that might be the better options for now. Watching Crit in his lineup, he went, salve many tangos, hoping to get in there and dish out some right clicks as best he can and impose his will as the 4-position Sven. But you got a lot of stun with the homing missile and, I always want to call it Stormhammer. So you got to be careful. If you do misplay, that's a lot of kill potentially in that bottom lane, though it does seem clowny on paper.
Yeah, it's very easy for Phoenix and Clock as well to just get a kill on the bottom lane, right?
True.
Come level 2, you have Dive that slows you, then you have Fire Spirits, you have Battery Assault and Cogs. Twilight Eye is just owning them on the top lane, by the way. Fly tried to creep skip and keep the creeps between tier 1 and tier 2, but he wasn't able to do so.
Bottom chase, homing missile. And no hard commitments yet. Looks like Crit did use the Stormhammer previous to it, but still holds that back pocket mangoes, if you will, 3 mangoes, just in case things continue to get hairy. It is
Damn, he hits hard. That's 70 damage on level 1. This one hits... the sword. This sword is heavy.
Yeah, and plus Warcry, you know, means that they can mitigate a lot of damage. What would be a first blood, that Warcry could just keep them surviving and potentially turn things around on them. I imagine that's all you level, right? You don't need cleave as a support.
Yeah, you don't get it. Yeah,
So,
you don't need cleave, definitely. It's not like the old days in which a support has time to, you know, go back to the jungle to farm up.
yeah. This is like, I mean, that's kind of nice too, to have something so clear cut where there's one skill you definitely know you don't need to invest in. You can really bulk up in the other departments. And, you know, that Warcry getting more points early could turn out to be very favorable for EG later on, certainly in the mid game.
Misery as well on the bottom lane didn't go for Cogs. Instead, he went for Pocket Flare level 2. So they don't really have as much kill potential, but it's easier to get a couple of last hits, perhaps break some salves.
Yeah, I don't know if it's ever done in serious pro games or not, but isn't there potential to like block side camps with Rocket too? I don't know if people used to do that or still do that anymore, but he is now under a lot of pressure with the Rocket. There's the Storm Hammer. A few more right clicks, and your first blood goes to Crit.
Yeah, it's not really a lane in which you should be feeding first blood. Sven, he had sticks there. He had 6 sticks, maybe he could have ran, but he dies anyway. In any case, if he has Cogs on this bottom lane, I think he lives. He can push them away. But yeah, he decided to go for the flare instead. That's a little bit of a misplay overall on this lane. I think that Phoenix and Clock are a much stronger duo. But you never know. There's a reason they picked this Sven, and so far that reason is justified. It looks strong.
Also, again, something I'm sure Cloud9 and Snake King Misery are not too familiar with going against, even in their pubs. I don't know how often you're going against a lane that has a support Sven, so it's got to be a bit unusual.
Yeah, that's always the thing, right? That's always the thing. Like when you're playing versus something that you just aren't used to be playing against, it can catch you off guard.
Certainly. And scoping out the mid lane matchup, it's pretty close here. Envy is sporting 16-7 on his DK to Ryoyo's 18-5. A little more denies here, a little more last hits there. Nothing too crazy at the moment till, you know, level 6 has really come together.
Bottom lane?
Kill potential is going to be too hard. Or bottom, the kill potential is, you know, through the roof. Pilot die here now for Cloud9 to give them extra numbers.
Invisibility.
Yeah, he rotated in. Basically, when you give Bristleback a solid start, he has that soul ring, you don't have to stay with him anymore.
Yeah.
He's completely fine versus Grimstroke and Beast.
Beast also going to get his own, though, too. He's at 21 and 2 CS for Bulba. And could definitely get to that level 6 and
Ryoya?
showed up into... where's Ryoya at? Bound
He doesn't have shield crash. He could fall here.
He's just committing in with his full life. Oh, nice jump.
Oh!
Needing more, though. Misery with that wand, with that bracer, tanking on him right now, and they just swiftly turn around with Pilot Eye coming in. There's no chance that opportunity's gone, and EG take the loss.
Yeah, the swashbuckle was pretty nice to disarm the Phoenix, but they just weren't fast enough to catch him, and then Pilot Eye rotates in. Pilot Eye has been doing some decent moves overall. On top lane, he slowed down the Grimstroke and Beast quite heavily, and then he rotates bottom after the job on the top lane is done.
Yeah, and, you know, he has got the Soul Ring queued up, so happy to
Ryoya.
spam it out more.
Mid lane.
Oh, he's
He might
looking
fall
ahead to
here.
the Roche Crypt. Oh!
Oh,
Sidestep to
dodges
breathe
it.
fire! Nice.
Dire's middle
And he goes back in just to check if
Wait,
he's still
was he in
there.
there? No? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, bottom. Misery. Cogs up crit. Getting the full battery assault. And Sven can't do anything about that. He is just stuck doing that cog dance. And can't make it away. Meanwhile, some stacking action here from Ryoya and Bulba will allow them to farm up.
Bottom lane, bye.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Nice.
missing the bottom action non-stop.
He just dove the tower. That's pretty much what happened. He moved into the tower to try and hit Artesian fed his life, so it's not your fault.
Woo,
Some
sorry about
crazy
that, fam.
moves.
I need to slurp some Monster Java. My camera work is getting a bit slow here.
Yeah, just go for it.
I got the Loca Mocha. I'm feeling better now.
Radiant's top tower
A little bit of
is under
slurpage
attack.
happening, and let's get going. 7-minute mark. Ace and Bulba finding each other at top of the river. Bulba signals to Ryoya, hey, can you help me out here? And Ryoya says, let's go. Rolling Boulder on through, but Pai gives him the soul rip. Fly says we got a job to finish, and they get that one done, and they're not done yet. Suddenly, Crit says, I'm here, boys. Rolls in with the Storm Bolt, and they slay down that zombie.
That rotation from Crit was good, but the Rolling Thunder was also very well did by Ryoya. The angles that he found to hit Bristleback every single time were good. Meanwhile, DK though, pushing in mid lane.
Like you
uses
do,
that Dragon
on
Form.
your DK.
Yeah.
The lane is mine. I will pop my 6, and I will start sieging away at the tower. Crit still hanging around. He's thinking about going in. Here's the TP. There's the Storm Bolt. There's the call down. Ryoya also coming into action. It's so much. There's nothing certainly Snaking can do except witness the murder.
Yeah, I mean, he did force a lot of rotation to that mid lane, but he also died. When you're doing this move as a Dragon Knight, you need to have your supports around you. It's not good if you're forcing it this hard without having any support whatsoever.
They're just running around like OG style, taking fights at this point. Take their party from mid to bottom. Misery. So tanky, though. But
Yeah, it's because of Crit, right? And the Warcry. They just move so much faster. 14% movement speed. That's the drums. Popped right there. They run towards bottom lane. They take down the clock as well. He does anticipate them coming, but he didn't realize how fast they'll be there.
I love it how they are both running by side, and they both use their voice lines, and they're like the exact same. Just prolonged laughing from Grimstroke and Sven. How original, Valve. As they got to be laughing, feeling pretty good. Coast to coast ganks happening here. I don't know if that's going to be the pacing for themselves as they keep moving forward. Seems to be the case because top lane, Bulba's got a Primal Roar. Dishes it out onto the Bristle. The Bristle, though's got that hood, and they're realizing that he's just too tanky. Like, what the hell? We can't do anything to that guy. Uh-oh, Misery's here. Misery walks in. Beautiful battery assault. Ryoya just, I think, committing too long. Bulba already bounced. He's like, dude, we're not killing that guy. And Ryoya's like, nah, man. Let me just keep hitting him a bit. Something might change. I don't know why Ryoya committed so long.
Because he has Swashbuckle, right? So he has a mobility spell, which allows him to stay deeper a little bit longer. Bottom lane, they are fighting around the bounty.
10 minutes, for the outpost, for the bounty. Crit able to secure the Radiant outpost just in time. But it's looking like Cloud9 are going to claim all bounties. I think they can get all 4 bounties right now.
They also have an egg on Phoenix right now. They have a hookshot as well. So they're pretty much ready to party. They're ready to have these fights around the dragon. But the dragon form is used on the bottom lane for some reason. And that was for the bounty fight, right? And because of that, they are unable to pressure any buildings.
Yeah.
This is problematic because they do have a sort of a lineup that's supposed to be pressuring EG. EG are the ones that are completely fine with just farming up and biding their time.
Yeah, and scaling into the later game. Let the gyro really get crazy. And if EG are going to be allocated the time to move, they will. Top, just after Ace is able to secure the tower, he now gets jumped. Get him, boys! All the EG goons coming in through the trees, make him pay. Killing spree there going to be for Arteezy on that grab. That's what they got to do. They get a gank, But what do they do with it? They draw out on a line on the map from Fly, like let's push through this top lane and take the tier 1.
Radiant's
But
middle
Fly
tower
is pretty
is
much
under
marking
attack.
their path towards the tier 1 on the top lane. Meanwhile, on Cloud9, they're marking Misery is telling them to go and push this tier 1 on the bottom lane as well. So we'll see if any rotations come from C9, but right now it looks like they want to defend the top tier 1.
Dire's
yeah,
middle tower
obviously a
is under
very
attack.
important tower for Dire. You know, losing that tower pretty much gives Evil Geniuses control of their jungle. Smoke popped. Arteezy crosses paths with Misery. Oh, Misery unfortunately not expecting, I mean, suddenly a gyrocopter to be in his face and not one with an ink swell. Just unfortunate timing there for Cloud9, who were hoping to go on the move.
Yep, they smoked up and literally the smoke got broken instantly. Because of that, this top lane will be pressured heavily. There's a Helm of Dominator also completed on Beastmaster, so they have a lot of
Radiant's
pushing
bottom
potential
tower
right
is
now.
under attack.
He's got
Envy,
a
however,
Radiant's
is doing really well on the
structures are
bottom. He's
fortified.
already split pushing.
Dire's
He's
top
already
tower is under
taking
attack.
down this tier 1.
Yeah, it is pulling some focus from EG as we see Ryoya and Fly head that direction. Only
Radiant's middle
Crit
tower
left
is under
behind to
attack.
defend out a precious mid
What?
tier 1 tower. But bottom, they actually commit all the way in. They're going to go for Envy, feeling he's too confident and too far from his friends. Bulba stepping in with the Primal Roar makes it all but certain that EG should swarm them and finish them off. But at that moment, Cloud9, they should take advantage of this mid tier 1, and they will.
Radiant's middle tower is
I
under attack.
guess
Radiant's
it's
middle
fine
tower
that
has
he's
fallen.
forcing him to rotate bottom, and he has created enough space for Cloud9 to take mid tower. But you have to ask yourself, who is their win condition on the side of Cloud9? It should be
Dire's top
Envy.
tower is
This
under attack.
DK looks like the best scaling hero that they've got. Obviously, Bristle is also strong, but Envy should be the one. And now with him falling multiple times in a row, he's fallen behind a little bit, or will fall behind a little bit at least.
Okay, Snake King shows himself. They try to send in Artur with the ink swell, but Misery with a good cog. Now he's able to hook shot to his friends. Call down going to be committed, but as they see Ace approach, they decide to back off. EG look to go up and around,
Radiant's
but
courier
can't
has been
find a
killed.
strong approach. Ace will take down Artur's courier. Nothing on it. EG get themselves back behind the tower, but now the roll and thunder. Ryoya could not find Ace on that first roll through. Finds him on the second. Very awkward
Envy's
fight.
back.
EG just got to bail out. Very awkward for them. Cloud9 smell blood. They go charging in. Crit tries to intercept. Hits him with the Ulux stun line after hitting with a Storm Bolt. Very cute.
Yeah, you can really see there how necessary it is for Misery to have this hookshot used offensive. If they don't have the hookshot in an offensive, used in an offensive manner, they have no catch.
Yeah.
At least not until there's something on Dragonite, like a Blink Dagger or Shadow Blade. Right now he's going for that Halberd, which is pretty good, but
Here's a hook shot. This time it's on Bulba mid lane, right under that tier 1 that they're trying to finish, and he just gets burned alive from that Snake King Sunray.
they deny the tower as well, and can force down the tier 2 on the mid lane at least a little bit.
This is looking great for
Well,
Cloud9. They're at a 5K net worth
Radiant's
advantage,
bottom
top
tower
2
is under
being
attack.
their cores. I know I'm with you in agreement, like the win condition for Cloud9 is still a little suspect. They
Yeah,
need to
Envy,
keep the pacing going.
speaking of it,
Oh my god, what's happening? Envy. Oh no, Envy, where are you? Oh, he's so deep. He's going for the TP though. He's getting healed up from Snake King. He's gone.
not only that, Snake King also got a kill. He TP'd and Snake King also got a kill on the Grimstroke. Yeah, that's a pretty good TP right there.
Didn't even have to commit the egg or anything to try to bail out the
Dire's
Medusa.
courier has been
Just
killed.
a nice approach from Snake King to get the snipe.
Aha, he actually maxed out the Sunray, and I love this because he's playing with these ultra tanky cores, and Sunray really works well with Dragonite and Bristleback on your side.
Yeah, obviously the percentage damage will be ever scaling in this game, especially with such high HP pool cores on the side of EG. And we do see Crit commit the urn. I imagine he's going to try to take this forward into that Spirit Vessel, right? Very valuable to have when you're going against the likes of a Bristleback and all that heal.
Yep. Yeah. Vessel is really good for both sides here. However, Snake King is going for an Aghanims next. This is so good to have an Aghanims too on Phoenix, because they don't have any ways of really dealing with the Egg. Now you're gonna have extra hits from the Aghanims, and you're gonna have that Sun Ray too.
God, they just have so much heal and sustain on Cloud9's side, you know. This Bristle can just be a battering ram for their team, and they have that Sun Ray. They have Undying, Soul Rip, heal. It's quite potent. And
their team fight is really strong.
Yeah, EG's feels a bit more niche as Roche gets to about half life. We look to see what the approach is going to be from Evil Geniuses on this one. They send in the Centaur. He gets a stun off. And they try to goo him back a bit. You know, hard to approach. They got the Tombstone in the pit. Oh, jumping for Misery. He wants to lock those back lines while they secure the Roshan. They are successful in doing that. Ace going to be able to pick up the Aegis as he charges uphill. The Phoenix Egg going to be popped. Ryoya rolling through, trying to keep them in their spot. EG, if they can fully disperse from this point, it's not too bad, but, you know, props to Cloud9. They comfortably secure the Roshan Aegis for themselves.
Yep. Dragon Form used, Egg used, those big ultimates are committed by Cloud9, but overall, if you're EG, you're super satisfied with this. If you're Cloud9, I mean, because you did get that Aegis, and now with that Aegis you can continue pressuring. If you're EG, you have to continue playing the split pushing game, right? That's pretty much it. You can see Beastmaster constantly out pushing top lane, Gyro doing kinda the same on the bottom, crit as well.
Yeah, this is the time to fight if EG wanted to take one while those cooldowns are still going with the egg and with the dragon form. But
the cooldowns are down, but you still don't have enough damage, I think, if you're EG. You really don't have the damage to fight. You need to wait out some items on Gyro.
Dire's bottom tower
he's got the BKB queued up, so it's going to be more of a defensive pickup and not too much to ramp up the damage. So we'll be waiting a bit for EG and that damage, but nice jump in from Misery. Misery a little low on mana, but he is able to get off the cogs. Leads to easy Sunray. Ryoya rolls on through. Arteezy steps in, tries to finish off Misery. Misery has that blade mail. Reflects back a bit of the damage. Jump in from Envy, but he gets welcomed with a Primal Roar and a stun from Crit, and EG quickly run out the other side. Pi is very low, and the call down will separate EG from the rest of Cloud9.
That's a good trade for them. They also forced a couple of rotations and the Dragon Form.
They're not done yet, though. I mean, they still have Snake King coming with Envy and an Egg if they want to use it. They're fine just burning down Bulba. Cloud9.
Do they have any creep waves? They don't. So probably no objectives will be taken by this. But still a decent fight for Cloud9 after taking down Beastmaster, that is.
Under attack.
I gotta say, things continue to look really nice for Cloud9 here. We'll be waiting a while for EG to have that kind of damage potential, but the fight doesn't stop. Cloud9 just keep on going. Misery continues to set up these ganks as he moves in with a nice hook shot on the bottom lane. Looking to go for the catch onto Artur. Pylai Die cuts him off from the front. They hit him with the urn and the spirits, and Snake King is on a mega kill streak on this Phoenix, and they take a mega kill streak from the Gyrocopter. That's 655 more gold, and like you said, that means an Aghanims is now complete on the King.
Look at Ace. He's deep on the high ground, zoning Fly and Bulba away. This draft just came together completely. Crit might fall as well.
I think so. He committed the God's Strength in that mid lane. I assumed to just kind of push the lane back as fast as possible, but as you can see, after that, doesn't really have much to offer. He just gets walked down and taken out. And Cloud9, they're looking good. They're looking to not let the meme dream happen. They're looking for their first real series win. Screw that 3-2-2 nonsense. They want the win.
Are they gonna cheat us out of 3-2-2? Really?
Radiant's bottom tower
Feels
is
bad,
under
man.
attack.
In any case,
Radiant structures
Arteezy is
are
going for
fortified.
that BKB, but it's so late. Even with the Mask of Madness, basically his build is a build that deals with the egg from snaking. In these
Dire's
team
top
fights, they
tower
have
is
to kill
under
the egg or
attack.
they're not having a team fight.
Radiant's middle
However,
tower
there's
has
already
fallen.
an Aghanim's on that Phoenix.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah,
tower
It
this
takes
is
10
egg.
under
attacks to
attack.
destroy it, yeah.
This is not a Fabergé kind of a fragile egg. This is
Dire's
like a
structures
metal egg
are
at this point,
fortified.
and they do not have.
Radiant's bottom
They just
tower
don't
has
have enough
fallen.
tools to take it down. I mean, the gyrocopter is going to be nice. The Mask of Madness could do some work, but there's just so much of a threat on Cloud9's side when you also have to consider, the Tombstone, the Siege Engine, Bristleback, who's continuing to do work uncontested. Envy's here now. They don't even have Dragon Form. EG have
Has
kind
a
of
big
accepted
dagger.
their loot. They've lost their mid racks. I think they've already accepted that.
Yeah. They have a creep wave coming in from the mid lane. They did not manage to creep skip, so this should be Rex's, yeah.
All right, Cloud9. First real base damage to them in this game 3. 11k net worth advantage. And though the game score seems close, 10 to 11, this is a commanding position for the Cloud9 side. EG just hoping to pull out some sort of trump card, if you will, with this gyrocopter, but it's not looking so
Yeah,
good.
they just smoked up. They want to fight on the bottom lane, but I don't know how they take down the Bristleback. It's going to be very difficult. He has a halberd and a hood, plus a vanguard, plus a vambrace on strength.
Yeah, I mean,
This is a very, very
Diffusal's
fast pick.
nice, but to take out all of his mana, he just did that, took about, a quarter of his mana away. But if you don't have a Silver Edge, if you don't have a Spirit Vessel, this is going to be a tall order. Jumping from Envy. Nice BKB from Artur. Looks to fight back, but Cloud9 are just trying to separate and force a wasted BKB. Misery catches out Grimstroke on the side. Ryoya tries to bail him out, rolling on through, but Fly goes down. He immediately buys back. And Cloud9 got to feel confident here. They take to the high ground. Ace
Also,
looking
big
to get up
spells
in the
have been
face,
used.
but oh,
Ryoya?
wow. Ryoya gets grabbed on the side, surrounded by Cloud9 members, somehow makes it to the high ground, somehow dashes himself out, but boom! Gets sniped from Misery with a beautiful rocket right there. And now comes Ace and Envy, the duo, taking it to EG, saying that if we're going to get a first series win, we're going to do it against the best in NA. Look out, boys, it's Cloud9 time as they take it to Crit. Crit in trouble. And they have to get back in the fountain. They are looking to tap out. Boom! Sniped by Envy. Beautiful. And he gets a double kill. And
That
they're
could
gonna,
just be game right here. Yeah,
that's
they
game.
still don't.
Cloud9 have
That's
done
game.
it. Cloud9 have done it. They get a series win, and of course it's going to be against Evil Geniuses. Evil Geniuses might be regretting a little bit of that second draft going all spirits, and it was probably all in good fun, but Cloud9, the dream is alive, boys. They have done it. This is where the road
Wait, the dream
begins.
is dead, you mean? The dream is dead.
Oh,
That's what.
the 3-2-2 dream is dead, and I'm sorry, all you memesters out there, but for Cloud9 fans, the dream is alive. This could be just the beginning of what's to come for this squad. But all jokes
and this-
aside, oh,
This is
man.
what they needed, man. This
Yeah.
is exactly what a team such as Cloud9 in a situation that they are really needs. Yeah, that second game was clowny. Yeah, EG did pick a draft that's just pretty much basically picked for fun. They drafted 4 spirits, but then again, it doesn't matter. They won the series. They came back strong in this last game, Cloud9 that is, and they proved EG that they can't mess with them, at least not that much, right? The draft was really good. The Sven pick, I really think messed up EG quite a lot. The bait, right? You pick the Sven, you're kind of baiting something out, but then you move it into a position 4, and then you're making crit just useless. Instead of having something strong on crit, he ends up being this one spell creep, one spell bot pretty much running around, popping Warcry and stun. On the other hand, you have snaking 608 on this Phoenix, just making it impossible for EG to fight at all. They couldn't have a team fight when you know that you can take down that egg. Overall, a really good performance by Cloud9, and also really good draft.
Yeah, Cloud9, props to them. They dealt with what Evil Geniuses brought to the table. Evil Geniuses maybe a bit too 5-head, right? A bit too big brain for all of us and for themselves today with the Sven pickup, with the Spirit drafting game number 2. I'm sure it's hard for them to take this loss, but obviously not going to be too shaken up. They sit at a better spot still in the group stage, have strong hopes to make it to the playoffs, but it was a fun time, and we got to give props to Cloud9, man. They get their first series win, so all looking up from here, but they finished today strong. But we're not done yet. We have more series to come, everybody. After this, we have Quincy Crew, formerly known as Chaos. They're going to be going against Furia Esports. That's going to be an exciting time, so please don't go too far. Stay tuned. More Beyond the Summit Pro Series action, sponsored by Monster, coming your way.